Today we're going to make a circular monthly habit tracker in Excel. This question from my neighbor. He texts me this picture. He says, hey, how can we make a round table in Excel? He wants one of these pulling data from another sheet. I mean, it's pretty clever. It's the numbers 1 through 31. It's a table to be way too wide to print on a single sheet of paper. And by bending it around like this, it all fits on a sheet of paper. I've never seen one of these before. I took that image and I did a reverse Google image search, and I found out that it's called a monthly circular habit tracker. And shout out to Design with Dale, who has this great video on YouTube showing how to build a static empty template using Adobe Illustrator. When I watched that, I realized, oh, wait a second, we can do this in Excel. I mean, at the very least, we can get incredibly close to what they're looking for. Now, I'm not going to say complicated, but monotonous. Yes. The one that we're going to build today is going to have 5 lines plus the date. So that's going to be 6 series in this chart. It's going to require us to do 12 sets of formatting. But once you get the first 2, you're just going to follow that pattern. The top part here, we're going to have days from day 1 out to day 31. Of course, that's just type day 1, grab the fill handle and drag, and it will type those other words for you. The very last item is the room for the labels. So the labels is this section of the chart right here. You can adjust these numbers. What I did, and I actually got this from Dale, Design with Dale. Choose, like, you want the numbers 1 to 31 to be, what, 80% of the circle? So 80% divided by 31, and just copy that all the way throughout. All of those numbers are exactly the same. And then the rest of the circle is 1 minus the sum of everything to the left of us. So in this case, that's going to be 20%. You could, make the circle be 75% and have the labels be 25%. Now this part up here, we're going to create the chart from this section, but of course this is useless. It's not what we want to print. Down here is where you're going to have your formulas that go to another sheet and grab other things, right? So we have date being the outermost item. That's the numbers 1 through 31. And then I have 5 rings: apple, banana, cherry, dill, and elderberry. When I build it up here, I called it date, and then the outer ring, ring 2, 3, 4, and the inner ring. Okay, so this is our example of what we're trying to create. It's going to be super ugly. When we first do this, I'm going to choose those series names, Control-Shift, right arrow, all of that data. I'll do Control backspace, so I start up here at the beginning. On the Insert tab, we're going to open the little pie chart drop down and choose a donut chart, right? And this is going to become that, right? It doesn't look like it. First thing we have to do is get rid of the legend. So click on the legend, press the delete key. Second thing, click on the chart title, press the delete key. Now this one is pretty hard. I need to get that innermost series. So I'm going to come here to the Format tab and go to something called Series Inner, and then Format Selection. Over here in Format Selection on the chart icon, the donut hole size. I'm going to make that hole be about 25%. You can play with this and choose what makes the most sense. And then we're going to make this a lot larger than it is right now, so we have room for all of those labels. It doesn't have to be that wide. Okay, all right, there we go. So there is the start of this. You can see that the brown section there is going to be where our labels are going to go, and then we're going to put the numbers 1 through 31 in that outer ring. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to add chart labels to this, to all 6 series at once. Chart elements, data labels, and it is super ugly. We can't even see the labels here, but they're there, trust me. And we're going to come out here to the outermost series. That's where the dates are going to go. And you'll see on the Format tab that we've now selected Series Date. And with Series Date selected, I'm going to use a shape fill of a nice light blue and a shape outline of black, like that. All right, so for each of these series, first we do the fill color and the outline color, and then we choose to format the labels. So for the date labels, all right? Now, we still have our format data labels over here. It's the 4th icon, the column chart. We come into label options. You'll see that they have value turned on. We want to turn that off, but don't turn it off now. First, you have to use value from cells. add a second label, which makes this look even worse, and then turn off the value. So we turn on value from cells. It says, okay, where are those? That's the word date, and then the numbers 1 through 31. But actually not the word date. Skip that one, start here. The numbers 1 through 31 and the label date at the end. That label date is the very last item to appear. Click OK. Now that you have value from cells in, you can turn off value, and you'll see that we now have the word date and the numbers 1 through 31 going across. Date's not where I want it to be, and we'll handle all of that later. Okay, so that's great. That formats the outermost series. Then we're going to go to what is series outer. This is the first of the 5 series that actually have data. In this case, the shape fill is going to be no fill, and the shape outline is going to be black. Let's reselect outer data labels. Come out here to the 3 column chart label options. Choose value from cells. Select all of that, including the word Apple at the end. Click OK. And then turn off value. Make sure to do it in this order. All right, so now we have Apple and the numbers 5, 3, 1. And we can see that if this would change, let's change this to a 9. That 9 is appearing right there. So we're getting that table now going, wrapping around. It's looking really good. All right, we're going to select the next ring. If you can't, like I keep selecting the labels, so we just come in here and we'll go to ring 2. That's the safer way to do it. Shape outline is black. Shape fill is no fill. Good. And then once we have ring 2, we go to ring 2 data labels. Over here, choose the 3 columns, choose label options, value from cells. And this is going to be next to banana. We're going to choose the numbers from 1 to 31 plus the word banana. Click OK, and then turn off value. All right, we're on our way. Next up, we're going to choose the next ring. So ring 3, shape outline is black, shape fill is no fill. And then ring 3 labels. See, it's not complicated, it's just monotonous. Click the 3 column icon, add value from cells. This is going to be next to cherry, out to cherry. Click OK, and then turn off the value. Beautiful. All right, and then the 4th series, so that's going to be ring 4. Shape outline is automatic. Shape fill is no fill. Good. And then ring 4 data labels. Come over here, choose value from cells. This will be next to dill. Going out to dill, click OK. Turn off the value. I keep looking at that picture of the one that I created before. All right, so we got the dill. And then finally, the inner ring. Shape outline is black. Shape fill is no fill. And then the series inner data labels. Come out here. Value from cells. We're going to specify everything from elderberry out to elderberry. Click OK. And turn off the value. All right, let's see how this looks. All right, good. We are really, really close. A couple of things that we have to do here. In the original version, we had like rectangular boxes here with the results. So I'm going to click first on a label that selects all the labels in that ring, but then a second click on that label now puts me in single label position mode. And I can take the word date and move it right up there. Okay, now a click on Apple, selects all the items in that series. Click on Apple again and very carefully drag Apple to the right spot. See, when I click on the next set of labels, it selects all of the labels in the series. That's something peculiar to these pie, or in this case, donut chart. So it takes a couple of clicks on cherry to get to the single label. And then elderberry, which is kind of a little bit too large, all right? But what we have is we have our 5 items from apple, banana, cherry, dill, elderberry going from outer to inner. We have the dates 1 through 31 going across, and then the values. You know, hopefully we don't have to store a big number in there like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because it's not going to fit. It would be tempting to try and fix this range out here to maybe get rid of the that one data point, but I don't know if we can select that one data point. All right, so the first click selects the entire outer series. You see all the little dots there. Can I do a second click that selects that one data point? So series date and then the point. With that, could I go to shape outline and say no outline? Oh, look at that. So select the whole series. Second click to select that one point. Shape outline, no outline. Banana. Remember to select it twice. Shape outline, no outline. Cherry, select that twice. Shape outline, no outline. Dill. I've got the label selected there. See, it's getting pretty small to select. What is that? That's ring 1, 2, 3, 4. And then can I select that one point? Yeah, there we go. All right. Shape outline, no outline. And then finally, we select this whole ring and then that point. There we go. And shape outline, no outline. All right. There we go. When Bill sent me this picture with the table twisted around like this, I'm like, there's no way where we're going to be able to do that in Excel. I actually was hoping that Python would have something that would do it. But although it was tedious, once you get it set up, I think you're good to go. Like we can fill in these numbers here. So let's just equal if rand is greater than 0.7, then 1, otherwise 0, plus the number to the left of me. Right, so elderberry 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4. So you can see the progress throughout the month. It's a pretty interesting way to fit a lot of wide data in a very, like a portrait, I'll print on a portrait page. Pretty wild. All right, so thanks to Bill for sending that question in. Thanks to Design with Dale for giving me the idea of how to, boy, if you ever need Adobe Illustrator, he is the guy. He is as good at Illustrator as anyone I've ever seen in Excel. And just watching him design that static grid, I'm like, oh wait, this is a donut chart, and we're good to go. Well, hey, I want to thank you for stopping by. We'll see you next time for another netcast from Mr. Excel.